Hey guys, this is me Austin. I'm actually gonna show you how to create terrain, and well, terrain isn't too difficult to create. What we're gonna do first is go to got a message. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna go to Tools and click New Terrain, and once we do that, we are going to let's say I guess I'll keep it at 16 by 16. Next, it's gonna be pretty small, not that large. Click on this. I like centering it into here. Raise it a bit. Okay, so first off, you're probably wondering, okay, how can I modify this? You know, make it look like terrain. If I want to have a mountain or whatever, anything like that, a pit or just anything of that matter. And what you're gonna do is that you're gonna go to terrain editing mode. You can either press shift, or hold down shift and press 3, or better yet, just click this. I found that to be a lot easier. So you're in here and you're probably thinking, okay, what the heck, like this looks pretty complicated. It's actually really easy, believe it or not. What you're gonna do is let's see, we're going to click paint, strength, set that to 100, radius, that'd be good, I guess, around there, and fall off right here. And you can see that, actually let me lower this a bit more. There we go. Okay, as you can see here, this is your brush, and if you hold down Control and left click, you see that the terrain is rising. Cool, no? And if you hold down right click, well, if you hold down Control and right click, the terrain is it's lowering. And let me try changing the strength of this. Ooh, the lighting's kind of messed up. Ooh, doesn't look good. Alright, now next up I'm going to show you how to import, I guess you could say, material. Well, obviously, it is material. I'll show you how to import material. What you're going to do is open up the content browser. For example, I guess we'll do, let me clear that, dirt. Always have all the sets. Left click on this and make sure it's always fully loaded. Make sure everything's fully loaded. Click on that, lower, right click, and go. You see this right here? Once you right click and do the Unreal Terrain Edit, this area right here, the gray area, dark gray, go to New Terrain Setup Layer for Material, Auto Create, and wait for it. And there you go. See? And as you can see here, I now have dirt. And let's see, now if you guys are wondering, like, okay, well, you know, I guess I want the dirt to be, well, to look smaller or whatever, what we can do is actually mess with the tessellation. And actually, before I get to tessellation, I actually want to show you the wireframe. And when you turn this on, this can show you the vertices of your terrain. So as you can see right here, you can actually run it and mess with the terrain while you're doing that, or while you have wireframe on. And depending on your graphics card or whatever, it could either be slower or, you know, faster, whatever. All depends on your graphics card, on how well you can run your terrain with a wireframe on. So next up, let me toggle this off. Next up on my list, let me go back to what I was saying. You're probably wondering, like, okay, well, you know, I want my dirt to be smaller, or, you know, more concentrated, or whatever. What you're going to do is that you're going to increase the tessellation. And as you can see here, oh, it got smaller. See? And if you're probably thinking, oh, well, you know, I want it more, just continuously press it. And keep in mind, the more you do this, the more vertices you're going to have. So as you can see here, if you're probably thinking, like, okay, well, you know, I didn't want it that much, you can actually decrease it. And see. So let me increase this even more, and you'll see how many vertices the terrain can have, which is pretty insane. Holy crap. Yeah. Pretty insane. So let me go ahead and decrease this. Decrease. Now let's say, for example, I have like a really sharp, as you can see here, something really sharp. This is really sharp and you want to smooth it. Now what you can do is go to, well, click this, it's right under paint, click this, and let's change this radius. Let's change this, let this be smaller. Control left click, and as you can see, it's smoothing this out. As you can see now, that's getting smoother, and as it's, you know, as it smoothens or whatever, or as it's being smoothed, it lowers. And if you hold down Control and right click, it's gonna make it pretty jagged, as you can see. On to the next tool. This is flatten, and what you can do on a given, let's say given point or whatever. So you're probably thinking like, oh, you know, I don't want this, so you want to completely wipe this out. What you can do is, if you want it this level, you can hold down Control and left click and just, now as you can see here, all this right here is evening up from the given level that I set it at. So there you go. And if you Control right click, well, pretty much does the same thing too, unless I'm horribly wrong. And it's a great way to edit. And as you can see here, you might want to smooth this out, so you just go back and smooth this if you want. And let's play it from here. And yeah, I still can't get up, but oh well, that's not the point. The next tool we'll be using is the, alright, let's see, average the noise. How about the noise? Okay, the noise, it makes, I don't know how I can really say this, but kind of just makes like bumps or whatever into your surface. See, as you can see here, if it's set to like a really high strength, it's really effective. But if you, let me lower the radius, and let me lower the strength down here, it can do little to nothing. Or if you set it in the middle, it makes it, you know, a bumpy surface. And on to the next one, visibility. If you do this, well, let's say, you know, like you want to create a dungeon or whatever, and what you can do is Control left click, and you can like build from like within inside the terrain or whatever. Well, it pretty much goes right through, and yeah, you can kind of just like, you know, build in like a little layer, or I don't know, whatever you want really. And next, let me see the well, I'm not sure if I want to get to all this. Yeah, I think I'll just actually let me show you that. Believe it or not, you can actually stack on more materials. And do grass, all the sets. So grass, make sure it's fully loaded, make sure it's clicked, yellow square, right click, and auto create. Now once you do this, this is going to be layered under the dirt. So what you can do is left click on this and hold down Control and left click, and make sure you have paint selected. And as you can see here, you see grass. Now, if you control and right click, you can actually erase the grass, and as you can see right here, it's disappearing. So yeah, this kind of concludes it. I'll probably get more in depth, maybe in a different tutorial or whatever, and explain to you the rest of the tools. But for now, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and hopefully you enjoyed.